Our approach here at Children's Hospital is to not only treat the medical issue, but the entire child, and that means emotionally, physically, and to get them involved with more than just their treatment.
You're here with other kids, and that's what's amazing.
All of us have met before.
Do wheelchair camp or the ski program or something.
The children's ambassadors.
Or sled hockey or Courage Classic. We've
And just
all
being
met.
cool people.
Yeah.
When I go to school, I really can't talk about that stuff with all my friends because they don't know what I'm going through. And when I come here, I have so many kids that they understand it, they get it. I can talk to them and hang out with them.
If I have a two-bunk bed, I usually make friends with a lot of kids who have cancer. We would always go to the playroom together, play together. We would always watch a movie together, and I think that makes the kid feel happy.
I think they've, really made me feel like I'm not the only one in the world with a wheelchair, and they've made me understand that. So it makes me feel better that I'm not that.
You're not going to run into people who understand, out there. But at Children's, they're here with you, and you can support each other.
To get them out of the hospital environment, to get them involved with sports and other activities, I think helps to make them whole again. It helps them with their self-confidence. They go, gee, if he can ski, I can ski.
They know how to treat you, and they have seen many kids, so they know what you're going through and how to help you.
I did not like to get shots when I first came, but Irene, who does the clinics, she just talks to you during the whole thing, just asks you questions so you just don't worry about it.
And whether it be, when I'm 2 years old I was here, when I was 6 months old I was here, now I'm 18 years old and I'm here. And they pertain to everybody's needs.
Well, the more time you spend with kids, the more you understand them, the easier it is to communicate with them, the easier it is to understand what their disability means. And if we can understand what the difficulties are as their clinicians, then we can help them to find better solutions to make their lives easier and better.
We were at Chuck E. Cheese, and unbeknownst to us, she had been bleeding on the inside. And she said, "Daddy, I don't feel real good." And so I picked her up to bring her to the table, and I looked at her, and eyes rolled to the back of her head, and she went lifeless in my arms. And for the first time and only time, I didn't know whether she was dying or not. And there is no way I'll ever, there's no way you can have a day worse than that, not knowing whether or not your child is gonna make it or not make it. I use the word support without, I had my 40th birthday party a couple years ago, surprise party, and the first 4 people I saw when I walked in was Dr. Hayes, her nurse Marie, Irene, the lab gal, and Elizabeth, the PA, because they've become a part of family. And to have that kind of support and to know that they're there not just to take care of her, but to support her, to get her through this, to help us through it all, because that peer support and what we get here at Children's is unmatched anywhere. That this is the absolute most amazing and best place you could ever get involved in, whether or not you've got a child who's in it or you know somebody who does. It's just, every time I walk in here, it amazes me more and more.
He literally had less than a week to live, and we'd been on that list for 13 months.
There's a red line in front of the surgery room, and they wanted to put me in a wheelchair, but I wanted to walk myself in.
4 o'clock in the morning, I'm standing there in the ICU of Children's, and they want to take him to the transplant, and he said no. He was not going to ride on the gurney. He thinks it was a wheelchair. They actually wanted him on a gurney.
So I'm sitting there with the IV poles and stuff like that, and I crossed the red line where your family and friends can't pass because that's the surgery area.
And he walked himself down the hallway, and he walked himself across that red line.
And I turned around and gave him a thumbs up, and I said it's going to be okay.
We tried to be as strong as we could. The doors closed, we collapsed, we were crying. He's that strong. A few days after surgery, he wakes up, and I said, "How are you feeling, buddy?" And he said, "Dad, I feel great." Great. A few days after surgery, 28 tubes, he says, "Dad, I feel great. I don't have to worry about my heart anymore." What matters most is your kids, and this place takes care of your kids.
This is one of the best hospitals in the nation, and probably the world. So I don't know what I would do without children.
I think it's helped me not feel sorry for myself and get out there and do things, and doctors have helped me experience life.
Keep going, like, I guess I'm an example. Like, you can go wherever you want to go and do what you want to do. Have fun. Yeah, just have fun. Just have fun and live your life.
And for them to realize that they can do anything they want to do, and then to watch them accomplish those goals is extremely fulfilling.
Should I just say maybe I want to take Jay Leno's job?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready for it. I can travel now, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna say that. But the thing is that we didn't always have that future to look forward to, and now we do, and it's a big deal.
What matters most is seeing him smile. What matters most is hearing my son say he wants Jay Leno's job. Knowing that he's looking to the future. That's what matters most.